Again, you don't necessarily need this gigantic, big, grand victory in order to achieve like a spectacular win in COH2. While I like seeing those plays, a lot of times you can get your own stuff like killed or taken out if you do some things like that. It's best to do just small plays that just keep cascading. I was not recording, so let me do that again. Professionalism at its finest. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 doing an intro for a second time because I forgot to record. This is a 2v2 on the map, well actually very importantly, what is the map? Wolfheze. The map is Wolfheze. We got ourselves an Austere, an OKW, a Soviet, and a Brit duking it out on this map, and we'll see how it goes. You can make games via my Discord or my Gmail. All these games today are actually coming from my Gmail, and I'm actually randomly having my Twitch viewers bet on who's going to win for a chance for a free sub. So, hey, win-win for everybody. But if you want to check those out, that's on Sunday, usually between 9 and 10 a.m. Central Time I start, and go all the way to about 12 or 11 a.m. Oh, sorry, p.m. Not a.m. That would be ridiculous. Also ridiculous, a battle going on, and it's like, cover, come on guys, come on, cover. British, you get, more firepower, and, Stern Pioneers, you have a less chance of dying to British firepower. But no, it looks like they're focusing on it. Volksquad's coming on in. Again, we have Omni, Banana in Pajamas. We got Praetorianus Romanus, and Commander Mix. I think that's it. The Brit is gone with 3 infantry section, now getting an MG. Good for holding off a lot of infantry. But what's this? A counter to an MG. A sniper is on the field. So, Banana is getting himself a sniper, but that also decreased the amount of infantry he has on the field. And he's versing a Soviet. So this Soviet player is mass-producing conscripts and pushing on the right. He doesn't have enough men to attack, so he built himself defensive positions to hold out against an incoming threat. Which makes sense. Again, try to hold for as long as possible and do what you can. That way, Pioneers, yes, they're not exactly the best in frontline combat, but in cover, they'll do quite a bit of damage, even to Engineers. Plus, Grenadiers can assist and easily hold back some infantry. Meanwhile, Volksquads are still pouring on in, but the British going for defensive positions. Try to hold them back. And so far, that has worked out pretty well, I would believe. Overall, it's holding them back. But meanwhile, they are moving in now with the MG. They're building cover, but I don't think it's going to work out, buddy, with a Vickers machine gun firing. It's going to hit and suppress both squads and now force them to retreat. Excellent move by Commander Mix, allowing the British to advance. Making chat's early assessment of easy choice Axis OP maybe not as likely as they would have assumed. Meanwhile, British infantry is moving on in to capture the munition points. On the far right, we do have a German advance. Sniper on the run, as you can see, with conscripts giving chase. MG, though, lined up, ready to go, opening fire on said conscripts with Grenadiers now hitting it from the side. Sniper repositioning to try to hit that conscript squad that is continuing the assault outside of the MG's range. Will it win? Probably not, because that conscript squad is on too much fire from too many sources. Mortar is on standby as well to assist. Might start hitting the MG, and it's doing exactly that to drive them out of the building. Grenadiers holding to the last man and actually somehow holds out. Barely, I might add. Conscripts being pushed back. Sniper could try to go for a kill on the retreat, though it's a 50-50 shot, so not a guarantee like a normal shot would. Conscripts in a flamethrower engineer squad coming in from the south. Mortar could use a smoke ability right here and cut off the sight of the units. That way the engineer squad can get in, add a direct strike, and neutralize the flame attack. But again, the issue with that is the fact you have very few men. Is that conscript going to live? He is so lucky he didn't, die to the Pioneer squad. But Volksquad's coming in, flanking the mortar team, so any offensive capabilities is pretty much gone at this point. And the Soviets are on the back foot, losing the fuel and a lot of key territory on the right. which is really good. Banana is doing an excellent job at counterattacking. Multiple Grenadiers to reinforce as well. So as soon as he gets those back up to operational status, he can hopefully swing around. What is being swung around, though, is Commander Mixed Forces. His Assault Officer. I keep saying Royal because I think at one time it was. Anyway, Assault Officer moving on in to take this position with the infantry section very close behind. Again, he's holding his side pretty well, building defensive works and trying to hold out. Again, sandbags great for British because, again, they increase that firepower. But what has the Soviets gone? They went with terror tactics. So the ability to essentially burn infantry with the KV-8. Of course, you got some solid infantry. You got ways to retreat enemy infantry, destroy enemy emplacements, and have artillery. A really solid doctrine. I would say for the Soviets, this is probably like A tier, with only like a ISU doctrine or something like that being S tier. Or so, you know, it's not up there with the S tier, but it's damn close. The only thing I would say about this one, it probably doesn't keep it going S tier. Well, does it stop going S tier? I'll think about that for a minute, but I just feel like this maybe the KV-8. Anyway, it's still very, very good. And maybe, again, your choice, your decision on that one. Big German assault. We have Volksquad, Storm Pioneers, Grenadiers moving on in with sniper support. Infantry section very low on health. Again, looks like Commander definitely took a lot of losses. Omni moving on in. Again, trying to do a counterattack. Swinging around. The MG is repositioning to hit the blob. Very quick and very smart. But both German players have smoke bombs. So if he can drop it, he can circumvent the enemy position and get around them. Good job focusing on the 6-pounder. Might be able to kill it, although it is fast approaching the base MG. They're also trying to hit that position, take that position right outside the base. Nice flank again. Focused on the blob one direction. Don't see the enemy infantry from behind. Incendiary kills and throws back the MG, and all the infantry section also pull back. Anyway, Omni's gone Luftwaffe ground forces for very good infantry airstrikes, bonuses to infantry during offenses. Any offensive pushes. Banana went with Storm Doctrine, which is really good for, again, counteracting enemy MGs, taking out enemy positions, artillery. Also, guard troops trying to deal with the sniper. Very low on health the sniper is, but I don't think the guards will be able to finish him off. Although it's very, very close. Very, very close.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Alright, chat. Actually, I'm curious. Terror tactics. Would you call that an S tier now? Maybe it's because the ISU was dropped a little bit that now terror tactics would be considered an S tier commander. Let me know in the chat. Let me know yes or no on that one. But I'm actually kind of backtracking on that because I'm like, no, right now, because they did take down a lot of the like favorites across the board, I think it's solid. Like, you get solid infantry, solid armor, solid artillery, solid support, and solid counterattack via an airstrike, take out fortifications and defensive positions. So I think it is. I can be wrong. I can be very wrong in certain instances, and I would gladly recognize that like terror tactics is probably up there now. Anyway, Assault Officer really up there going into enemy lines, but kills the support gun. Very good push on his end. British infantry coming on in with Bren guns of all things, upgrading them, not with 5-man squads. Bren guns opening fire, no cover, so not necessarily as powerful, but still, Bren guns are incredibly potent at their damage. MG covering the area, trying to do what they can. Storm Pioneers, Volksquads in cover, but having to deal with an MG. Flamethrower unit trying to hold back the Germans. Again, good choice. Flamethrower in a building, surprisingly, is super good at just harassing him, holding back infantry. Anyway, conscripts doing a bit of oorahing to try to counterattack and hold their side. But Banana's still giving it his all. Sniper, by the way, 15 kills. Doing some solid work, though very low on health still. Again, is probably... Does he have a medical position? Yeah, he does, so I don't know. It's very risky to keep a sniper on there for so long. Conscript on the retreat. Again, Grenadiers, 13 kills. Solid play so far. Trying to pick him off, but it doesn't look like that's likely. Guard troops now in mid. They are flanking the Grenadiers. Sniper got pushed back. Smoke went out. Again, guard troops don't have enough for any sort of, like, grenade or anything. And now we have Jaeger command squads trying to force them back in. Oh, they dropped a DP. Alright. That's a good gift under the German Christmas tree, a DP. Oh wait, no. Conscript, with a few models left, grabs it. Will it survive, though? Will it be a waste? Conscript retreating. Again, you have those rifles, and Volk Squad's now intercepting. I think it's done if they can focus on it. And he does. Does make sure the DP doesn't get any hands, but still. What a loss. That's... Man, sometimes you pass the ball to another person. Maybe it's just best to leave the ball where it is and just get your men out of there, but... In any capacity, no matter what you think, at the very least, he got the DP away. Unfortunately, though, Praetorius does not have a huge army. Conscripts will move into decent covered positions. Volk squads will try to throw incendiary, but the conscripts beat them to it. Although they still throw it, you know. They gotta throw their incendiary, you know. Gotta do what they can. So right now, conscripts moving on in, pushing forward. Volk squad and command squad trying to hold back the conscripts. More British coming on in. I'm actually kind of curious. Did he upgrade? No. Only with the research weapon rack, which is great for Bren's and firepower, but again, upgrading the British fully is really, really solid work. But then, of course, you have to counteract, like, upgrade them fully or get armor first. Which one do you go? Well, and again, we have a situation where we have Banana has not gone battle phase 2. So right now the Germans are not in the vicinity or close to it of getting that Panzer IV Ostwind combo. Omni, on the other hand, has not built a Panzer headquarters, so also in a position where you're not really going to see much. Again, resource-wise, it's still going a little more to the fuel-wise to the Axis than the Allies. Munition-wise, it's about even. I do like how the Germans do have pack guns. Again, solid AT. Just in case the Allies did have something, you want to make sure that that is, again, covered. British infantry as well, trying to hold them back. Volk squads coming on in. Infantry section pushed back. Again, good MG support. Grenadiers trying to figure out what to do. Nice shot with the incendiary. Holy God. Wait, what the? Oh, okay, you're right. I was like, he just disappeared with that squad. But really solid shot. And again, snipers up to 20 kills. Really good support so far. But, again, this is where I say, make sure you have AT. We have a T-70. Fallschirmjäger was hiding on the right. No Panzerfaust, but the Grenadiers try to hold the line. Additional infantry coming on in to weaken down the conscripts. And they're doing good. Grenadiers haven't lost the model, but conscripts are about to die. And I'm being 100% serious. If they focus on this squad, it might perish. He is so low on health, but looks like he's going to focus on what's over here. T-70 hit by the pack gun with sniper support. And the I think this conscript squad will probably be forced to stay there. But we'll see. It's up to that T-70 if you can keep playing on sniper to see if this thing stays alive longer. Now MG can get in the building, but if he rushes over, he can Molotov absolutely and force that unit back. Meanwhile, a small push going on from the Brits on the left. Again, just to clarify, Omni has 5 technically frontline infantry. I would say 4 if you want to count the Stern Pioneer as support, whereas the Brits has 3 and 1 support. Now you can make the argument that the Stern Pioneer squad's more combat efficient at close range, but like Royal Engineers, I don't like. They're fine in cover, but they're kind of like a Pioneer squad. They can fight, but you really don't want them to fight unless they're in a very specific situation to lead you to victory. It's like. It's kind of like a person who's like, yeah, I can go to a sushi place and eat like 15 plates, no problem. That's under the very specific situation that you didn't eat anything in the morning. Otherwise, you know, you're probably going to explode. And by the way, nothing personal about that. Absolutely didn't go to a sushi place yesterday and have that, and it was absolutely delicious, and I was shocked because I never had sushi before. I know, shocking. T-70. Shockingly, actually pushes back the sniper. You would assume the Pac-40 would push back the T-70, but no, he was out of position, maybe with the mortar, and trying to find a good spot. Again, these train cars make it very hard for a pack gun to fire, but still, I would assume he would just move here and fire straight down, but he did not. Flamethrower now and Conscript focusing on the pack gun, trying to do what they can. Grenadier Squad, Vet 3, 20 kills, trying to hold back the infantry. But they are very low, so it's up to the Command Squad. Command Squad doing what they can, but still, wait, Engineer Squad bursts into flames. I think someone forgot to hit a certain button. By the way, with Company of Heroes 3 coming out, wait, someone says they just got murdered. They're alive. One of the Volk Squads perished, though. That's 100% accurate. We have a Cromwell in the field, and yep, they also died along with the AT gun. Whoops. Anyway, Guards troops moving on in with the Cromwell. So again, Allies got armor first, but they are lacking a lot of infantry. A lot of infantry. Banana's still looking decent, though again, his frontline forces are noticeably bare. Omni is still looking pretty good, and is actually, you know, when you lose men on the ground, just call in the German Air Force to drop you in some Luftwaffe Fallschirmjägers. That's all you have to do, right? Oh, and now they have a Panzer IV. Okay, 6-pounders picked up by the British. Good timing, because again, that Cromwell will probably need some support. Again, just for reference, this Panzer IV is the better variation of the Panzer IV with armor, so the Cromwell will have a little harder time killing it, whereas the other German player, the Austere, has also gone to Panzer IV, but this one's a little easier, and also a little cheaper, so it makes up for it. But anyway, they're both on the pushing forward. AT gun does hit the Panzer IV. Conscript Squad did not throw an AT grenade, so a little off there. Great shot with the Panzerfaust from the Command Squad. Panzer IV might try to maneuver over and kill it, but again, has to be very cautious. Meanwhile, Panzer IV is putting the pressure to the Brits. 6-pounder is the last thing holding off this Panzer IV, but it's bouncing off it. He can't pen it. That's like 3 shots. All right, wait, finally we got some Piat shots. Panzer IV, it's like, I can shrug everything off. I'm God. And it's like, no, buddy, you got lucky 3 times in a row, and now you're very unlucky. T-70 makes it back to base, but the Germans are pushing forward. At the very least, they could kill this mortar pit if they focus their efforts on it. Again, right now, they're just constricting a lot of the Allied players, and if they just let that thing go, the amount of pressure that's going to backswing might just easily kill this squad, kill this Pack 40, and push all the way back to mid. They do kill the mortar pit. I will give credit. That was a good kill. Mortar might also go down as well if they're lucky. Good dodge there on the mortar. Right now we got MG and a lot of British forces moving in. Sniper might have a bad retreat here if he doesn't be careful, and he's going to turn left toward the enemy and get killed. This is why you want to back up and go this way, so that way you can at least retreat all the way back to base. Again, you have to be watching of your retreat paths, because it could be very bad for you, and it was a good counterattack by Commander when he did it, because he was able to help knock out a really annoying unit. There's that Pack 40D crude, 6-pounder moving on in. And yeah, the other Panzer IV got very lucky. This Panzer IV has slightly less armor, so we'll see how that goes, as it's already at half health. Meanwhile, the Zis guns moving on in for AT support. Guard troops on the front trying to do what they can. Conscript has more kills. Solid effort by the Soviets on their kill counts. T-70, again, I love it. Vet 2 only 3 kills. Great strike by the Soviet Air Force, saying "Oorah" and "F you" and forcing all the troops back. But what's this? Fallschirmjäger squad very low, and they get the kill. Again, Fallschirmjäger, very expensive squad, plus the upgrade. Really solid. But what's this? I hear a Stuka. And they do decap the point and force the infantry back. Again, if your goal was to just easily force them back and hold the territory, good job. Otherwise, again, most people will react fast enough, especially in a 2v2, because there's less things to do than in a 4v4 and less map to cover, so you're more likely to spot a Stuka bomb, especially when it's on the front lines, because most likely you're controlling units on the front lines. Panzer IV does force the T-70 back to the rear of the line to get some repairs. Again, Soviet forces, not the best in terms of army quality, but at the very least, and I say that as in like overall units. Like, yes, he has 3 front lines, he has 1 support, 1 AT, and 1 T-70. About 20 minutes into this game. It's, again, you want to try to get medium armor, you want to try to get some additional MGs, you want maybe try to get some more expensive forces, maybe some special units like artillery, or in this case the KV. Instead, he's going with a T-34, which is 5 medium armor. It's the weakest medium armor, though, so again, you have to be pretty careful. But it could just be, I want to get what I can, what I have right now. And overall, if he can keep it alive like a lot of his forces, he'll be doing pretty good. Anyway. But again, the same can be said with Banana. Banana has a couple high-tier units and a few that are fresh out the gate. Speaking of which, 2 Panzer IVs are on the field. So again, he's trying to cover his ally with medium armor. Maybe his ally, if I would assume, Omni could go for a Panther or something a little more powerful to deal with a lot of the British and Soviet forces later on. By the way, great shot with the Faustin AT guns on the Cromwell. Infantry section trying to move on in, but this is where, like, again, you have a pyrotechnic supplies would be very good, because then you could call in smoke barrage and other things. So that way you could smoke the Cromwell and allow them to escape, or something along those lines. Anyway, Volk squads are pushing on the left. They managed to overwhelm the MG and drive them back. So really, really good job there. Alright, forces are capturing the left-hand side. We do have a weirdly placed plane. I don't know why the glider's here. Usually, again, a glider's here because you drop commandos, which is fine. I have no problem with that. My problem with it comes from the area of, okay, so you have a forward base equivalent in enemy territory that you can't move, and now they're just going to kill. And not just that, but you're on the OKW side, so they'll just, once they kill it, they'll literally break it down for supplies. So you just gave them some free supplies. Not a lot, but it is noteworthy. By the way, Vet 5 Volk Squad gives no shits as it holds back that assault officer. God damn, good job there. 18 kills already, Vet 5. Anyway, the Fallschirmjäger squad, again, only 1 as the other one perished. So, but again, support equipment, MG, support gun, AT gun, second AT gun. He is solid and good for any situation. Anyway, speaking of which, Pack gun in a decent position at that T-70. Panzer IV might be pushed by, might be pushing for this T-70. Pack gun though gets it in its sights. No, it repositioned itself to fire. Great shot. T-70 is driven back. Panzer IV swinging around to deal with the conscript, flanking this AT gun. Again, they don't have any sort of direct strike available at this moment. Nor do they have artillery, I don't believe. No, there's no Stuka. They're going to dive on in. It's the Panzer IV Advance, ladies and gentlemen. Again, luckily strategic zoom allows me to see more. T-34 is being hit on by 2 separate players. T-34 goes down. Banana now in a really great spot. Could take out the T-70 if he gets a good shot on target. He fires. Or not, because it get out. Cromwell moving in, but again, it's lower on the health. Luckily, oh wait, this Panzer IV did get taken out by the AT gun. Again, this is where a smoke would come in. Smoke the AT gun so you can escape. Again, very good idea. Now we have a 6-pounder opening fire. Again, if the Panzer IV can neutralize this AT gun, that's even that's probably a big win. Now, they killed a T-34 and AT gun. It really would have sealed the deal if you would have killed the T-70. I know it's weird to say, you know, wait, how does the T-70 factor into play? Well, just added the additional fuel cost and manpower that would go into it on top of the T-34, and yes, it would be worth it. Killing a T-gun definitely makes it way better in the manpower department for, like, loss, but still, fuel-wise, it's still a little bit less. So, it just takes you take and give on how that would go. So anyway, again, the infantry section's been pretty solid as well this game. Again, 17, 13 kills, doing a pretty good job overall. And again, the fact he's kept them alive, solid work so far. Again, a lot of games I've seen, people just throw their Frontline infantry away. Yeah. Mortar pick going down again. Oh wait, population-wise, the Germans have advantage. They have more of an overall army on the field than right now the Soviets and the Brits, which is very good. Because again, right now, if they can keep the pressure on the Allies, they can slowly constrict them and push them back. Again, You don't necessarily need this gigantic, big, grand victory in order to achieve like a spectacular win in COH2. While I like seeing those plays, a lot of times you can get your own stuff like killed or taken out if you do some things like that. It's best to do just small plays that just keep cascading. Like small like may not be as like flashy, but even a small little victory, if dominoed correctly, could easily win you the game. Far more than one climactic battle. Anyway, Panzer IV is moving on in once again with Grenadiers and Minesweepers. Thank you. Having Minesweepers on support so that we don't hit a Soviet mine. Really good. Pack gun under harm's way. We have a mortar coverage in effect in this sector. So again, we can see this MG be targeted, neutralized by the artillery barrage coming on in, and hopefully block some sight, maybe for the AT guns to have a little bit more trouble. But Cromwell's still hit by him, so maybe not. Another guard troops moving on in. Again, trying to hold in cover, doing what he can. Right now we have an S-285 moving on to the field of battle. What has Omni got? Omni has not gotten any armor. That is my only critique, is like, what is Omni saving for? Because Omni has, oh, he has all 3 buildings. He's going for a King Tiger, everybody. Anyway, Panzer IV is trying to deal with the infantry. Soviet forces, though, combined with the Brits, have advanced to try to neutralize the Panzer IV. Great shot with the S-285, and one good hit, it gets neutralized. Again, I see another easy possibility of you have smoke, use smoke, right? You have 2 you guys with smoke that can be called in. For coverage, that's a good idea. There we go. Now, again, the Soviets are going to use that to grab the piece of territory. But if the idea is to drop smoke so the S-285 doesn't kill your men, great. But you didn't have any front line anyway to stop them from moving up, so it really doesn't matter. Now we have a huge blob of infantry coming on in. And again, if I say a blob is in 3 squads or more close knit together, advancing, trying to push on in and deal with the enemy. Panzer IV, I think, just shot his ally. He did. Y'all saw it. He killed that Stern Pioneer squad. Assault officer pushing on in along with the infantry section. Right now, Folk Squad taking the left, and again, would decommission that for fuel. That way, I'm assuming you can get his King Tiger out sooner rather than later. Stern Pioneer Squad under too much fire, gonna pull on back. VP-wise, it's still pretty even, though the Germans have a small lead. 6-pounder, though, set up to deal with that Panzer IV Grenadier, though, flanking the 6-pounder, forcing it back. MG setting up in the building, but does not have range yet. Again, it is Vickers, but alas, does not have... Even with its range, it still is not good enough. Although Grenadier's hit by mortar fire and killed by a mortar. All right, there you go. Mortar pick coming in. And actually, holy God, Banana in that offensive lost a lot. He's lost quite a number of his units. He's down to 4 models, or infantry. We gotta make it 3. Cromwell also down, but not out yet. I'll give credit. 12 kills. He's done solid work, although apparently some of that's friendly fire. MG, that building's literally being held together by duct tape. You may want to leave. Alright, he gets out of the building. We have artillery set up. Germans in a 2v2. Built an LEFH. Interesting choice. Also, mechanized building's going to help heal the Panzer IV, so good, nice little teamwork there. Oh my God, Cromwell got decreed and neutralized. Oh, it's like, oh, dang it. Hey, good shot with the Raketwerfer. He's really trying to make sure there's no cover there. Okay. Hey, it worked out. I'm actually really surprised. But again, maybe it just backed up, died there, and was like, maybe I can recruit it? No. Panzer IV advancing on the guard troops. This might be actually a good situation to run them over. I mean, Zisgun and stuff like that were pretty far back. Raketwerfer now under Soviet control after, you know, losing his own AT gun. So a little bit of retribution right there. Conscripts trying to take back mid. We have White Phosphorus coming down once again. And I get what, again, now you could say Greyshot, why doesn't he just use heavy bombers? If they're proactive enough, then they'll probably dodge that. Unless it's something they can't run from like this. But the White Phosphorus is a little more consistent and has more long-lasting effect. So I can see why he might try to do, especially against an infantry army. Because White Phosphorus will bring their health down, so they launch any sort of offensives in the region, then they can essentially lose all combat effectiveness, and the Brits can easily wipe the floor with them. Also, I'm surprised they haven't upgraded the 5-man squads, because they would wipe the floor even more. Firefly on the field to make, you know, payback for the problem that perished. Panzer IV dodging shots, though, like a champ, except for the Firefly. They're pretty accurate. Nice steal, MG34 under British control. But remember that King Tiger I mentioned was probably coming? Yeah, it arrived. Misses the Firefly, though. Good dodge. Now, again, here's a small component that I do want to bring up. You also have to consider... Oh, mortar pit died from the artillery, I assume. But you have to consider that now we have tank destroyers on the field, right? A lot of tank destroyers. That King Tiger's really going to have to be proficient at killing infantry. And I say that just... Wait, is it coming right here? No, it goes to the right. I like how he tried to put it where the enemy wasn't in order to, like, just mess with them and still hit target, but still it missed. But anyway, I say infantry because, again, the armor would... I would prefer to be, like, probably pushed back by the Retinewerfer and stuff as, like, a screen against the King. The King can do a good amount against, like, just tank destroyers, but you really need those AT guns that keep these tanks alive. Again, trying to kill him, but this King Tiger still has yet to get a single kill. There must be a man in there drunk that just has no idea what he's doing. Oh my god, he's gotten one kill and he's almost dead. Firefly advancing, but Retinewerfer's not set up yet. Finally set up. Fires pushes back the Firefly. Su-85s are also standby. We have smoke going out to protect the King Tiger. Now they choose to do smoke. Again, good, because they can't see the King while it heals. British, though, pushing back the AT gun. Left-hand side, a random Volk squad gets forced back by assault officer. Gotta give credit again for some of these vet units. But I will say one of the infantry section did perish. So... it is something to note. We also have guard troops pushing on with 27 kills. Damn, okay. And the Soviets have the right. So now that they're back up at base... Actually, hold on. Does Omni still has... He still has Fallschirmjägers, but they only have 8 kills. They have not been... Like, usually when I see Fallschirmjägers, they're just racking up the kill count. We have not seen it this game. Grenade being thrown, but it's a... essentially a very similar grenade to a White Phosphorus. Nice grenade, though, by the light Gammon bomb used. Does manage to push back the Fallschirmjäger and kill it! The assault officer getting payback on the Fallschirmjäger for that cheeky grenade. And, yeah, easily forces him back. So, excellent job there.
The weapon crew are, I'm afraid, quite dead.
T-70 going on in. Airstrike a possibility. Double artillery. Oh, my God. Bananas being that player today. Or is he? Airstrike coming on in. Comes in long way. I would prefer if he went in short, as it probably would have maybe hit the Panzer IV. T-70 now backing on out. But does kill the LEFH. So win-win. Again, bonus would be the Panzer IV. But hey, solid work right there. T-70 now making a quick escape. Again, really solid use by it. King Tiger and Panzer IV reacting, but not quick enough. And yeah, Banana loses a very expensive unit to a nice Soviet counterplay right there. Oh, chat. So the unless I'm mistaken, the at Vet 1 the MG does get a range boost that can be used both out and inside the building for the Vickers. I want to say that is in play. They just made it optional, right? So Vickers machine gun. Yeah, take aim. Experience it. Team weapon. Oh, no, it's only set up? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was still Vet 1. But it can extend its range. So maybe he could have hit that if he would have extended his range. Panzer IV diving on in like a champ. Might kill the He does! He's going blitz. Smoke. If both players smoke their escape, they could cause confusion and help Panzer IV get the heck out of there. Another Firefly on the other side. Again, not a great situation. I'll give full credit. That Panzer IV did way more damage than any right to. Again, I can see here that Omni using smoke to allow him to escape better. But I do want to, but again, it's one of those things like, come on guys, use smoke. Smoking in this situation is good for you. At least though it would make sure that you would live. Artillery now hitting... Wait, this? Well, the support gun hits this area. Yeah, so AKE, thank you very much for... It no longer passively gives range. Yes. But you have to use the 15 munitions, which makes sense. It kind of makes it similar to the AT gun that the Americans have, the M1. Hold on, big push here. Possible. Firefly, oh, it's dead. Okay, hold on. They might be able to make some plays here. Firefly gets one last hit before it dies. Stern Pioneer's going on in. Just use Shrek it. It might look... Oh, it's so low. Panzer IV even misses. Engineers rushing on in, but they don't have any snares. Get the Su-85. And just for reference, ladies and gentlemen, that's... Unless I'm mistaken. Hold on. Yeah, he just got fresh Su-85. So both Su-85s perished. He has a third one he just got. Firefly as well moving on in. He's getting a second one. So if the Germans can take out this armor, that's it. It's GG. Like, if they can take out the British and Soviet armor, they got it. Pack gun set up. Again, Vet 3, but not a ton of munitions coming in. Again, we have a Stuka. Kind of a little bit everywhere with that. I'm not entirely sure what the goal of that was. We have air supremacy could be used, or white phosphorus. Again, we have... Oh, guard troops. So we have a bit of an airstrike coming on in. A little bit to the armor, and so it caused the infantry to be... immobile for just a quick moment. Now, VP-wise, I will say the Allies have been doing a lot better in this the last 10 minutes. They've pushed back the Axis down considerably, down to about a 4-to-1 ratio. Again, Axis still have a solid AT contingent. They probably should, you know, help the guy burning to death in there, but that's fine. That's fine. These guard troops are advancing. Again, technically the Soviet player could push up, but I think he wants to stay back. We have a lot of Brit forces coming on in, but again, kind of leaving his flank open. He has a couple units on standby, but that is a possibility. Volk squad's holding mid. A lot of infantry pushing on in right here. This would be great for the Stuka if it could fire, but it can't. He's pulling back. Rakaienwerfer hiding. Firefly could move into the kill zone. King Tiger moving on in. Again, he's setting it up where he could absolutely... Yeah, he could absolutely hit that unit. Although it looks like Rakaienwerfer's pushed back. Firefly's going to try to hit the King. Along with the Su-85, but all 3 shots missed. King Tiger pulling back. Does get penned. Stern Pioneers giving some coverage. They do hit the Fireflies, and they're in the middle of artillery, so they're taking a little more damage from that. MG holding him back. Assault Officer doing what it can, but having a real rough time. Throws a grenade, though, but may have sacrificed itself. It did. He did, unfortunately. And he didn't kill the MG, though. But he did weaken it. And the pack gun's neutralized. The MG is neutralized. The King Tiger's now open. No AT in the sector. And right now, it's not looking all that great. We could see... Well, actually, it would be great for airborne assault maybe to hit some of this armor with some strafes. But Stuka is not a bad idea. There's so much infantry close by that you could probably get some kills. And he does! He gets a wipe in there, I believe, against the engineer squad and brings the other one down pretty low. King Tiger, 19 kills, doing a lot better with itself. It's gained some confidence. It's managed to, you know, to rectify that situation. However, even though that it has turned the tide, Banana is still doing the Panzer IV strat he's done previously. And Omni has definitely lost a considerable amount of men. And his King Tiger is off the front. Volk squad's doing what they can, but again, Soviets are decent. They actually still have a good-sized army, including Vet 3 conscripts with 33 kills. What have those conscripts been eating? Literally, what have they been eating? Guard troops might get a pick if they focus, but they're instead focusing on the Pioneer, and probably will kill it at this rate. Yeah, don't know what that was about. T-70 as well, getting some good shots. What is this? Panzer IV diving? Like, you still have the Fireflies, but luckily they're back at base. He's trying to get the kill, hoping that the artillery will mess them up. But alas, did not happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. Again, while I love bold strategies, a lot of times, just simple grinding works way better. Artillery is hitting where? Where is the artillery hitting? Oh, this area still? Oh, gets the kill. All right, I'm glad I saw that. He got a wipe on the retreat. Poor guy. Poor guy. That was a solid guard troop. The other guards have 32 kills. I'll give credit there. King Tiger back, fighting. British infantry pushed back. Trying to do what he can. T-70 is being driven back. Conscripts moving on in. Trying to do what they can. MG coming in to try to grab the point. Again, the Axis need a point. That's the problem. And that's why I mean, like, you need a slow grind rather than a big win. Because now you don't have the time to rebuild your army for another, like, kind of, like, sporadic push. You need to hold this territory. Or the territory over here, but that's currently held up by an MG. Stuka could be a big play here. Does get a good shot on the conscript, but not much else, and doesn't kill it either. T-70 there. By the way, T-70 could capture territory or hold it if necessary. King Tiger does some men back there. Again, also kind of surprised we're not seeing decommissioning of this for fuel. So, grenades thrown, but kind of misses. Again, they have to go for this point, but they have T-70 here, which can wipe armor and double commandos. I wonder if the Brits like, man, the Germans deployed Fallschirmjägers. You got the Soviets even have their airborne troops, and they're doing super well. Why don't I deploy my? Why don't I get some more airborne forces? By the way, T-70 finally dies. Stuka and stuff backing on up. King Tiger backing up. Fireflies pushing the king back. Again, even if they can't necessarily kill it, if they drive them back, they just hold the territory and win this game. Meanwhile, on the right, we have one last push by the command squad, but even though they're beating that, I don't know how long they could physically hold it. Stuka bomb coming on in. That, oh wait, hold on. If he hits right here, that could be a huge win. Alright, smoke's dropped, but they're still holding, so you can't shoot them now. It's probably the worst time you could have used smoke. Yeah. Grenades thrown, and the Germans don't take it, ladies and gentlemen. They just don't take it. So, yeah, unfortunately, Germans lose the battle, even though Omni did have the most amount of men on the field. What I will say about this is it's funny how the smoke, I'm like, use smoke, and they use smoke. I'm like, I think that actually kind of screwed you over. But no, I honestly, I think the Stuka bomb should have been here, because that would have forced the enemy off the point, literally, or they would have died. Like, they would have perished. So, right now, we're in this situation where, again, it was, Banana did some very, very, very risky dives, and while some of them paid off a little better, some of them did not. So he lost a lot of men in those dives, and unfortunately, he needed to be more defensive. He really, really needed to be that. Like, this Soviet player, just for clarification, this guard troop has 37 kills. This conscript squad has 35 kills. Alright? Do you know what you have to be doing in life for a conscript squad to have 35 kills? You're doing something, you're doing something off, right? You're doing something slightly off. So, again, take that for what you will. Mortar has 15 kills. I give credit there. But anyway, let's look at the after action report, shall we, and see how it goes. Actually, let me switch back, because right actually now with the whole observer mode fixed, I can actually go into the other mode and hopefully it not crash. So that's positive. But no, it's one of those situations where I was hopeful, like, okay, we could see how this goes, but alas, they just weren't able to turn the tide. They simply were not able to. A little unfortunate, but still. And there we go. Let me fix my camera in the meantime. It's been off for a while. I've just been meaning to fix it. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Anyway, so what can we say about this? First off, I want to say thank you to Pretorius Romanus. Thank you very much for submitting this replay, man. Very kind of you, good sir. You got top kills and top damage, but though not by much. The Brit was right on point, and the Brit also got a solid, or like a better KD than the Soviet. So even though the Soviet did get a ton of kills, they still weren't positive overall. They're still losing quite a number of their men. Banana got more damage and more kills, which is actually a little bit weird because you would assume that would actually go with Omni, but I would assume you have to remember that Banana had some good Panzer IV dives, and as well, the artillery that was raining down did cause some havoc, plus the sniper, I would say, was probably the big kill count. Volksquad 52 kills. Let's see, we have Banana with the Panzer IV 53 kills, but 5 of them died. You lost 5 Panzer IVs. Man, that adds up, and especially when the enemy has so many tank destroyers, that may not be the best choice that get medium armor. Maybe advanced medium armor with the Panther, but again, the Panzer IV cannot take that many hits from an Su-85. We got, yeah, again, Su-85, 10,000 damage, and conscripts with 55 kills, solid work. And then we got Commander Mix with roughly 13,000 damage, right? And he did lose 2. So yeah, don't get me wrong, you still dove and took out a couple of the tank destroyers, but overall they did a better job at holding. Infantry section as well with 55 kills. That's kind of funny. But no, solid game. I think this was a situation where maybe a little bit too much in the LFH as well too might have been a little bit overkill for a 2v2 match. But yeah, I expected Omni to do more damage too. But also, remember that he didn't really push on his side. He was pushed back by the Brits consistently. So maybe that's why he didn't get as much damage, right? Because he's not drawing the Brits into the defensive mode over there. He's fighting in mid. And in mid, he would also have Banana. Banana would typically go further and die, but he wouldn't push up all that much. Which helped. He did, I mean, like, after his Panzer IV died, because he didn't retreat it, he's kept his King Tiger back for the most part and tried to make sure it lives. So, again, solid work there, solid game, and again, good. He did push. You missed, like, 3 Volksquad dives that I can't think of. No, what I'm saying is he didn't push as much as Banana. I'm sorry, that's my kind of scope. I'm sorry, Aphyria. That's my scope. Like, Banana dove into the enemy base, like, just right outside the enemy base, right? Omni, after that Panzer IV died, like, right, he just didn't want to follow suit because he wanted to keep his stuff in a better position. So if you're not diving, you're not killing, let's say, the Su-85 or trying to shoot the Su-85 like Banana did. The problem is Banana lost his Panzer IV doing that, and it wasn't always cost efficient. Meanwhile, Omni was like, I'm going to pull back. I hope that kind of makes a little more sense. Volksquads are wiping out enemy equipment. Yeah, no, the Volksquads, like, again, he has a positive KD. Like, he was doing it. And I pointed out the Brits did lose quite a number. I'm just saying, like, damage-wise, like that explains why there is a bit of a difference, right? I would assume that's a bit more of a difference because of the engagement in the area of it, because it was more likely in one way than the other. But anyway, still, and again, I think like the Banana's Panzer IVs with 15,000 damage kind of see that. I guarantee that almost entirely from not hitting armor. Again, you missed a lot from the Brit squad losses. Yeah, no, I saw the Brit squad loss, but overall, like, even though he took some losses, and I point out the infantry section dying and a few other things, and like losing the mortar pit and other things like that, but still. Anyway, thank you, chat, for covering me where I missed stuff. I think the RD was probably a decent factor. I agree, the RD, like, 1 LEFH is fine. Getting 2 of them is a bit overkill. But hey, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. But this has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time. Hey guys, before you go, let me give a special shout out to Aphyria, Folkvard, Joey G240, Balam, Ace, Tony B, Ion, Little Koosh, Samuel McKinney, Seth Coopers, and Jacob Oswald. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support and generosity. If you guys want additional content, check out the links above. Otherwise, I'll see all of you next time.